We know far too little of the sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the signs once more if we are to... Ah, beg pardons! 'Tis a terrible habit of mine to think out loud. But tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? I'm one of the twin adders. Well, if it isn't Private Floopsy reporting for duty. That's the zeal I like to see from an enterprising young serpent. Elder Floopsy is not young. Good evening, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Eden Papalimo. Always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you quest in the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Ah, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the Sylphs, that curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the Twelveswood home. The Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceful bunch, much to the delight of the elder Seedseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind, and 'tis precisely for this reason that the Sylph's relation to the primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there be even a sliver of a chance that the summoning of the primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike at Ramu or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That is the question. Yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you Scions come in. Floopsy, we can see him nod! The Sylphs of Little Solus remain untempered, and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of our productive parley. En route to Little Solus, you will come upon the Hawthorn Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the Sylph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the Sylphs?
Palaver. Palaver.
Shit. This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorn Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly
Palaver.
Indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papalimo. Floopsy. It's not going to be that straightforward. Aye, the ferry docked at the base of the hill will carry you across the lake to the east shroud. Floopsy. Once you're ashore, head due east and you should find the Hawthorn Hut without much trouble. Indeed, I am Amelane of the Twin Adder. I understand you're here to learn about the Sylphs, yes? For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? Would you know more, you'd do well to speak with the master of this hut, Rolf. He's forgotten more about the Sylphs than I'll ever know. Rolf? Come to learn a thing or two about the Sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing, they're a peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, just let me tell you. They're, beg pardon, friend, my memory's just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days. and it's all a clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before, you might have more luck with them. The sylphs? Yes, Father told me his stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches. Tee-hee. Bless it. The quickest way to a quiver woman's heart might be through her stomach, but don't even think of trying to foist your foodstuffs on a sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me. The sylphs? Inveterate tricksters and troublemakers. That's what they are. One day they're drawing mortal faces on our masks. The next they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they just laugh at you. Rolf claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. Oh, of course. Hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Yes, nothing brings people together quite like a little toe tapping. A sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You do well to remember this. It just may help win the favor of our forest friends. Floopsy is a lord of the dance. Oh, still here, eh? Great! There's one more thing you should know about the sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you do well to bring along Drat, what was it again? And my wife Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friend. Speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than my own. Buddy, get some help. There's something seriously wrong with your husband. A peace offering for the sylphs? Were it anyone else, I'd recommend a jar of honey, but I fear that won't get you past their front doorstep, dear. No, their tastes run more to the unusual. Are you perchance familiar with milk root? That's what we call the root of the most fiendish seedkin, the ochu. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce curious visions in the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying the stuffs, but the sylphs seem to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen an ochu around the comb in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day, were you to stimulate it somehow, with some of this amber syrup, for example, you might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck. Oh boy. Oh. Mm-hmm. Hmm? Oh! Floopsy did it. Ah, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? Milk root, but of course, those sylphs quaff that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead. The effect's just about the same as well. Any road, a gift of milk root will have the sylphs calling you friend and brother the moment they lay eyes on it. Now let me wrap that up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milk root well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from that god's awful stench. Give to Floopsy. The sylphs love the stuff, but me, I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the morble that put an end to my adventuring days. But I can tell you that story another time. You've much more important matters to attend to, yes? The sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know they're kind at heart. They'll not shun ones whose intentions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend, and do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of full flower mead with your name on it if you'd regale me with your adventuring tales. Floopsy. And before I forget, don't go traipsing off just yet. Ameline here would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. Ameline. It's good to see your knowledge of sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival at Little Solus, seek out a young sylph by the name of Comuxio. He has served as an intermediary between our peoples on many occasions, and has the close ear of the tribe's elder. I see that Hawthorne has furnished you with some of that malodorous root that the sylphs so adore. I have something of far greater import for you to deliver, a missive from the elder seed seer herself. To summarize the letter's contents in briefs, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy, that would be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Ixal has taken a toll on our resources. We can ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I need not impress upon you any further the importance of this mission. May the 12 see you return with good tidings. There's a moose in the house! Oh, Cabbage Patch Kids. Walking One is not familiar to this one. This one does not trust strange walking ones. Strange dancing ones might be a different story. But this one expects no such thing. Walking One should go home and leave this one be. Dance. Floopsy is lord of the dance. This one would welcome Walking One who moves like these ones. If Walking One would talk to this one will answer. This one is a busy one, so Walking One should speak with quick tongue. Walking One would bring gifts to this one. Walking One is most kind. Walking One brings milk root. Milk root fills this one with great joy. This one gives thanks, gives many, many thanks. Walking One carries message for Elder One. This one will deliver the message to Elder One. Walking One should not worry. Hello there. We're envoys from Gridania, and we're here to treat with your people. Aye, we've come to pay our respects to your elder and to learn from him more of your Lord Ramu. Who are these ones? These Walking Ones come from Gridania? Walking One became a dancing one and brought milk root, but Walking One tricks this one. This one does not like tricks. This one will speak no more. Elder One is busy. Walking One should go home. Go home, you say? But the sylphs of Little Solus have always welcomed Gridanian envoys with open wings. The letter carried by Elder here is an oath of peace penned by the Elder Seed Seer herself. Still you would refuse us? This one's reasons are no business of Walking One's. Elder One has no words for Gridania. Walking Ones waste everyone's time. Well, I never turned away at the gates. Whatever did we do to deserve such a rude welcome? Was Elder's jig insufficiently jiggy? Impossible. I was baffled at you, but something tells me recent events have our erstwhile fluttery friends feeling uncommonly wary. It would seem we've no choice but to ask around and see how we might earn their trust. Floopsy. Say, Elder, are you in the mood for dancing? That's right, dancing. You went through all that trouble to learn the sylph's traditional greeting, but you greeted hardly any of them. Why, if I were a sylph, I'd be beside myself with delight to see an adventurer expressing an interest in my culture. Me, of course, I'd be happy to join. Ow! Ow! There go those bloody leg cramps of mine acting up again. Dance for the sylphs. Observe Floopsy's dance. Ooh, walking one knows Jolly Dance. Jolly Dance fills this one with good cheer. Let these two be friends. Floopsy, dance for one. Walking one would be a friend to these ones. This one is overjoyed, but this one keeps the ways of weaving a secret. Even if Walking One learned the secret, Walking One could not weave in the same way. Okay. For you, Floopsy will dance. Ah, Walking One is a friend to these ones. Friendly like gracious elder one of Forest City. Knows how to dance into these ones' hearts. We've done it. We've won the hearts and minds. Elder, would you like to hear the good news or the better news? Good news is that your lovely dancing has brought smiles and high spirits to all of Little Solus. The better news? Why, I've thoroughly recovered from those accursed leg cramps. Onward to our next adventure. Papa Limo? Elder, as an adventurer, you're no stranger to helping distressed folk, I'd wager. Tales of good deeds are quick to spread. The adventurer who comes to the aid of the local populace can go from stranger to hero or knight. No doubt you see what I'm getting at. The sylphs who make their home in Little Solus do so have been driven from their woodland home. Surely they have their fair share of troubles. Seek out troubled sylphs and see what might be done to ease their worries. A sound plan, would you not say? That said, the sylphs are not known to share their worries with outsiders. You would be better off inquiring with Hearer Imedia of the Gridanians who reside here. She is most like to be privy to the sylphs' troubles. You! Praise be to the elementals! I cannot express how happy I am to see an adventurer with a truly gentle heart. The sylphs of Little Solus are sorely in need of aid. Pray hear me out. Floopsy! Being a temporary settlement, Little Solus wants for amenities, not least a stout set of defenses. Consequently, beasts from malms around are free to wander in and terrorize the hapless residents. The ziz, gorlins, and gall gnats that roam these parts are especially troublesome, but slaying one of each should serve as a warning to the rest. Furthermore, perhaps you could gather 3 brownie brushes as well. They play an important role in sylphic culture. I do not claim to know the details, and what with such feral beasts prowling the forest, they are not easily come by. When you are done with the deed, seek out Komuxio. He is slow to warm to outsiders, but your good intentions will not be lost on him. My own experience speaks to this. Kick 1 ass, kick 2 ass, get some plants. Got it. But what if Floopsy killed all of them? Then they'd never be a problem. Brownie brush. Do they taste like chocolate? Floopsy might just be adventurous enough to find out. We have our plants. We've kicked an ass. 1 more ass to kick. Dancing One is still here. Dancing One can dance all day. This one's trust is not so easily earned. But bring you chocolate mushrooms. Dancing One brings brownie brushes for this one. This one can dye thread once more. This one is pleased. Dancing One... Oh, we missed a line. Many walking ones come to these one's abode, but few are friendly like Dancing One. Perhaps this one was wrong not to trust Dancing One after all. This one asks Dancing One for forgiveness. These ones have many troubles since Walking Ones last came to our abode. This one must be careful, always careful. But Dancing One is not like other Walking Ones. This one can trust Dancing One. This one would ask Dancing One for help. Strange Walking Ones with bodies of steel come into the homes of these ones. This one thinks steel ones come from Empire. Where Empire goes, many living ones become dead ones. Trees fall and bushes burn. These ones' homes in danger. Danger! This one begs of Dancing One to help this one no more. Dancing One is friends with these ones and Walking Ones, yes? Dancing One must speak to these ones here and Walking Ones in Hut House and find out more. This one has bad feeling. This one fears Steel Ones are after something. But this one should speak no more. Go, Dancing One. This one depends on kindness of Dancing One. Pelixia? Strange steel Walking Ones? Yes, this one is seen. Steel Walking Ones carry big boxes. Maybe Walking Ones hunt for shiny treasures? This one likes treasures. Nathaxio. Shush, shush, this one says. Steel Walking Ones are scary, like touched ones. This one hates scary, and scary ones have scary friends. Victor. Fearsome types clad head to toe in steel, you say? Imperial soldiers, no doubt. I couldn't tell you what they're plotting, but I'm sure it's nothing good. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Men clad in strange armor? Why, now that you mention it, I did see some suspicious types of late. They were gathering deep in the forest. I simply assumed they were adventurers. This one is happy to see Dancing One return. What did Dancing One learn? Floopsy. This one sees steel Walking Ones come from Empire, carry boxes, and go walking deep, deep through trees. As this one thought, steel Walking Ones are up to nasty, no good things. This one knows forest well. Steel Walking Ones try to hide, but this one will find them. This one would borrow Dancing One's map. This one makes mark right here. This is where steel ones hide. This one knows. Dancing One will go looking for steel ones, yes? Dancing One will hunt them down. Dancing One will kick the ass of metal ones. Box. Dancing One is back. This one breathed a sigh of relief. This one was worried. Dancing One found something. Hello? Comuxio? Oh, there we go. Dancing One found paper inside of box. This is a message from Empire? This one can read Walking One symbols. Message paper has names of food and rocks. Food and rocks were inside boxes. This one knows. But this one does not understand. Food and rocks mentioned all come from home of these ones. How do steel Walking Ones know to find them? Is there sneaky one hiding behind this one's wings? Snooping one selling secrets to steel Walking Ones? This one fears for this one's home, but Dancing One has helped this one much today. Dancing One must promise to always be friends to these ones. Helpful One arrives at a good time. This one needs Helpful One's help. What if these ones named Claxio ventured outside Little Solus alone? Alone is unsafe. Helpful One must find Claxio. Floopsy. Claxio struck west after leaving the settlement. Hurry before Claxio ends up in the belly of a beastly one. Floopsy rescue mission. Helpful one here for Claxio. What? Walking One wants this one to return to Little Solus? Don't make this one laugh. This one is weary of living with those who are not these ones. This one wants to be alone. These ones rely on Walking Ones for everything. No better than those that summon a primal one. Small wonder this one chose to leave. This one thought this is a likely place to build a home, but then Meddling One arrives, force this one to go deeper into the forest. Meddling One is forbidden from following this one. Away with Meddling One. Well, Floopsy tried. What? Claxio refused to return to these ones? They went deeper into the forest? But this one saw touched ones lurking in the forest. Helpful One must hurry. Hurry and find Claxio. Helpful One should search for spools of thread on the forest floor. Those things will lead Helpful One to Claxio. But hurry. Hurry before touched ones take Claxio away. Okay. Eventually, the Sylphs will know to call Floopsy by his real title, the Ass-Kicking One. Claxio! Meddling One is back? This one told Meddling One to be gone. Tell Komuxio that this one will never go back. Never! Ree! Oh. Purple Cabbage Patch Kids. Touched ones! Touched one should go away too. This one is good one. Everyone should just leave this one alone. Beyond guard, Elder. These sylphs have been tempered, brought under the thrall of the primal Ramu. Akin to the Amaljas tempered by Ifrit, these sylphs exist only to serve their deity. They'll not answer to words, only steal. I take no pleasure in this, but it must be done. Floopsy. This one is safe? This one was so scared. Claxio! This one has been worried, so very worried. Is Claxio unharmed? Still in possession of wits? Komuxio? And Meddling One as well. Why are these two here? These two came to rescue Claxio. That Claxio is safe fills this one with joy. Komuxio, forgive this one. This one did not mean to run away from Little Solus. This one was just afraid. These ones who live at Little Solus were changing, becoming friendly with other ones. This one feared that these ones were forgetting who these ones are, like touched ones did. But this one was wrong. This one can see that now. Helpful One. This one is grateful. This one will return to Little Solus to be with Komuxio and friendly ones. Well, that should see to that. What say we return to Little Solus as well? I, for one, could do with a nice hot bath. This one thought Claxio was lost forever. Helpful One saved Claxio. Now these ones can be family again. This one has known many walking ones, even many kind walking ones. But Helpful One is kindest and strongest of all. Helpful One is a hero to these ones. Helpful One will bring these ones and walking ones closer together, this one knows. This one would take Helpful One to see Elder One. But Elder One is... This one must ask Kind One's forgiveness. This one made a promise to take Kind One to see Elder One, yes? But this one cannot. This one cannot because Elder One is not here. Elder One is not anywhere. Elder One went to the forest yesterday, but has not come back. This one is worried. Elder One often goes into forest, but never for this long. Kind One will help find Elder One, yes? Near where Elder One disappeared is the home of a walking one named Bhaskaran. Bhaskaran may know what happened to Elder One. This one would talk to Bhaskaran, but Walking One does not always trust these ones. Would Kind One talk to Bhaskaran for this one? And Kind One comes from Gridania, yes? In Gridania live many Kind Ones, yes? This one begs of Kind One, please go to Gridania and ask fellow Kind Ones for help, and please hurry. These ones are not safe until Elder One returns. Well, Elder Floopsy can find the other elder, one elder to another.